Hey everyone, it's Nosley. I'm going to be explaining in this video about Stalfos and how you could use their AI logic to manipulate them for an easier experience, especially in the Forest Temple. But this logic applies to every Stalfos in the game since they all use the same code. Some of them you won't be able to use these tactics on. For instance, Shadow Temple, Stalfos on the boat, and the Gerudo training grounds. You won't be able to use it as easily since there's sand in one and the ship is pretty small. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate how a Stalfos usually looks like, and I'm just going to use the stuff I know about for Stalfos. Alright, so that's how your Stalfos fights should look. You can use nuts as well to stun them and get, some loops that way, but it's generally ineffective to be using your nuts since if you're using them too often, you're going to have to resupply them. So the first thing you should learn about Stalfos is that they're not really random in the way that you would think. They do have RNG selections for which direction they should walk, if they should jump attack, if they should swing, but all of these options can be manipulated, or they have conditions in which they'll always do them. And the first one you probably noticed is if you walk into the room and walk towards one, he's always going to choose to jump slash. And the reason he always chooses to do this is if you walk into a room with Stalfos, they are set onto a timer for when they'll spawn. And you see how the Stalfos that spawn on the ground always jump back whenever they spawn. So the jump back action has a condition in which if the player is 300 units away from the Stalfos, they'll always jump slash. So if you move towards the Stalfos, he's always going to jump slash at you. So you don't really even have to be scared of them. And the right one will also do it. He's going to hit you a lot easier than the left one will since you're not on his bad side. But their left side is their bad side for their swings. So you can kind of just stand to the left and they'll miss. Or you can do like what I do is just walk because you already know they're going to jump slash. So you can just keep going. If you want to roll, you can do that. But if you roll too much, you'll get too close and he won't do the jump slash. And this changes how your fight's gonna go. You can see. So generally, if you're gonna roll, do one roll. And the next part is if you hit them from behind at any point, they will always jump back. And again, because they're programmed to jump slash when they're at 300 units away, the jump back just so happens to put them at 300 units away. So they're just always going to jump slash when they jump back. And that makes the Stalfos fights way faster. Like sometimes even I can like mess up the timing for the shielding since it's not it's not too easy, but you kind of get it out over time. But you probably saw what I did right there, which is so a Stalfos is programmed when it moves around you to try and get behind you. So once it's behind you, like usually more often than not, they're going to do one of two things once they get behind you. They're either going to swing or they're going to stop moving and just shield in place. Which, if you hit a Stalfos from the front, they'll stop moving and shield, and then you time another one. they'll do that same thing once they get behind you, or they'll try and swing, and I'll try and demonstrate it here on the second one. So right here, if I turn around, see how he just swings? Like that. And you can use that if you, for the second Stalfos, once you get him swinging, you can start timing. You can see, like, it's not perfect. Like, it's kind of hard to get your back directly to them, but it does help to speed up the Stalfos. What I usually do is I'll walk up, turn around, and then throw a nut. If you get lucky, you'll he'll do a swing. If not, he'll just shield. But the most surefire way to take out a Stalfos that's in front of you is, I'll go ahead and kill this one real quick just to show you. So if you can hit him and get him to shield, but you can either just time hits on him if you get the hit, or if you're having a problem, if he stops moving, you can just walk behind him and he'll jump back. And they will always do that. If you walk behind them, they'll always jump back. And that'll make your fights a little faster as well. And this also helps your nut count, since you don't want to be using your nuts as explained earlier, since it's going to slow down your progress as you're going to have to get more of them. And it can make other rooms or areas harder to deal with, since you're going to have less resources. Like, for instance, Jabu Jabu, you need nuts to do the bubble room. In Fire Temple, you can use nuts on the keys if you want, stuff like that. But anyway, that's the Stalfos AI and how to abuse it. Hopefully, I didn't ramble too much, and thank you for watching.